So intuitive, right?
Yeah.
Phone call
Bam.
out of area and 800.
What's going on? What's going on? Okay, live on Facebook. Let's change. Okay, I think we're on speaker view and I'm going to mute everybody.
Yay.
Yay.
Let's see.
Let's go.
Okay, Sue, hopefully she's found us on
Ready.
Facebook.
I can hear you.
Okay,
And
have you
listen.
have you found?
Nope, haven't found it yet.
Yeah, it's live on Facebook.
Yeah, but mine isn't coming up.
Maybe your internet's having issues.
That could be. I mean, I can get your voice. Wait a minute. I got you all. Yay!
All right, let me see if I
Took persistence.
see you. Yeah, okay.
I just lost the video. Oh,
People on Facebook are gonna, what are they doing? Okay, yeah, I see your.
okay.
Like internet issues.
Oh, I love your smile.
All right, we're gonna try this. We're gonna do some yoga. If it'll, then so be it. I'm gonna mute everybody. Mute. All right, you can still all hear me, right? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Very good. Okay. Welcome. It's been a while. Last week we did our yoga nidra. I'm hoping you can see me. Okay. Yeah, so we had our yoga nidra last week. Very relaxing. So if you can go back to that again, if you on Facebook, and I think we did it on YouTube as well. But today we're going to do neck and shoulder. Take it easy. I know myself, I've been out like on rest from yoga and stuff for past few weeks. So we're going to do super gentle today. And I think it's going to be good. I think by doing this, I've learned to really listen to my body. So I want you to do that today, to just listen if there's anything that's like super achy or tight, just kind of listen and be. So go ahead, close your eyes. We're going to ignore any ringing phones. Let's start. Take a big deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Do that. Big deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, just drop your shoulders down a little. Crown of your head lifts on up to the ceiling. And body here, notice where on you it might be achy. I know I mentioned earlier my shoulders wrong or something. Just notice though where on you might be experiencing. And then as you breathe in and out, bring your attention to that area. And as you breathe in, picture this area just expanding and the tension releasing as you exhale. If you're feeling like super good and you don't have any aches and pains, yay you. So your breath in your chest rising and falling. Really press your sitting bones into your mat. And as you press your sitting bones down, use that lift your vertebrae longer and taller as the crown of your head. So in opposite directions, your sitting bones press down, the crown of your head lifts. belly pulls in slightly. And again, keep relaxing and shoulders down away from your ears. Those nice, full, deep breaths in and out. Your eyes. We're going to just walk our hands forward a little bit here. As you do this, you're going to feel your lower back kind of pulling away just a little bit. So you're not, we're going to keep pulling our shoulders down and back. Just a little back stretch here. Almost like you've got that handle on your chest and you just want to somewhat chest forward to your mat. Your spine is nice and long. Shoulders down. Walk your hands a little bit farther and sink a little bit further down. Just don't compromise what your spine is doing. Keep it nice and long. And then notice here what other sensations you're feeling. Right now I have my right leg is the bottom leg, so I can feel a sitting bone a little bit more, the IT band there. Kind of just notice if or another based on the way that your legs are crossed. And then keep lengthening that crown of your head forward again, nice and long. Inhale, walk yourself on up, and then we're legs. You knew I was going there, right? Because this is so awkward if we're so used to sitting our legs in a certain place. All right, so nice and tall. So you may go as far forward. You might be a little preoccupied with what your legs are doing, but create that sensation of the lengthening in your spine. You can, at your pace, just walking forward as you can, or right where you are. And maybe it just kind of feels awkward. Just embrace that. All right, come on up. In your awkward legs here. Go back to sitting up nice and tall. Eyes down again. And just as you were before, rooting your sitting bone down into the mat, crown of the head lifting. Ear down to your right shoulder. Again, still press bones, still drawing your shoulders down. So all left side of your neck, you just all good stretch. So we're going to start with each of the phases. We all know we've been doing this like long enough together to know this. So just stay in each phase without rushing. You can relax, arm down to the ground. And if these legs cross like this is just super uncomfortable for you and you have to crush it, then just do it. Nothing to get up. Notice with that left arm down by your side, it's like lengthening your lever, lengthening the stretch. Right hand comes on up and just rests on the side, ear just above. We're not tugging, but just the gravity of it. And keep pressing your sitting bones down. Belly pulls in. Now you can go ahead, take that left hand up. Give yourself a massage. Notice if you feel all of those different muscles, the tendons, long muscles here in our neck. Do you want to like maybe fingers, like a probably like pressure points, just gentle surf, be squeezing, whatever feels. Breaths in and out. And then if you have put your hands around, just pause in stillness here, maybe one hand closer to, just really feel that length. Warmth of your hand or the coolness of your hand and your skin. Now release that left hand down. Release your right arm. Your head back up to neutral. You can keep your eyes closed here and notice what you feel the difference in the left and the right. For me, I feel my left shoulder is slightly lower than the right one. There's that little bit of more space that just seems to be. Makes me want to fix the other side. So go ahead, drop that left ear to meet your left shoulder. Again, keep focusing on sitting bones into the mat. Your right shoulder, both shoulders down, but be a little more focused. And big breath. Again, as you breathe in, just envision the muscle, the space expanding. Right arm comes on down to the mat or down by your side. Rush, just be here. Left arm comes on up right to the top of your right ear. Not tugging. Just kind of notice as it travels from the tips of your left fingers all the way down your side. Arm on up and go ahead, give a massage. Notice what you're feeling here in this right shoulder. All the attention on the shoulder. So I have to laugh as I tell you all to pay attention to your and focus now on the awkwardness of my legs. So that's a normal thing. If your brain is, it's okay. Just bring it back. Right shoulder. And then again, stillness. Big breath in. Exhale. Release your right arm down by your side. Left arm, head slowly comes up to neutral. Take a big exhale. And down towards your chest. Hopefully I don't mess this thing up here. You can hear. Good. So adjust your spine. Notice if you kind of just curled your spine a little, again, nice long spine. Chin drops down, and then just take your chin, your collarbone on over to that right shoulder. back to center, back to your left shoulder. Center to the right, center, left. Go ahead and do this at your own. 3 more times. Just go super slow. Really feel all of the movements in the neck, along the sides of your neck. And then we'll meet at center, bringing your hips back up to neutral. I'm going to uncross my legs. So again, no. Bring our arms on down by our sides. Inhale, lift on up. Big. Exhale down. Again, big breath. And down. Your shoulders opening. And now let's bring our arms in front of us. We're going to clasp our hands, palms forward. So feel your shoulders sinking in the sockets. You can play around. Inhale, lift your shoulders all the way on up. Shoulders into their sockets. And a couple of breaths. Inhale. Exhale, bring your arms on down, release. And over to our right knee, belly pulls in, right arm swings around as close as we can to our tailbone. We're going to take a twist to the right. So we pull that belly in, drop our shoulders down, crown of the head, right on up to the. So each inhale, spinning, long spine. Exhale, twist a little deep. Inhale, come forward, cross your right arm up in a cat curl with your spine. So you can grab a hold of your knees and see how deeply you can spine, maybe even like a little bit of rocking and rolling, sitting bones here. Notice where you're feeling it. For me, upper left shoulder blade is where I'm getting sensation, and that's going to be completely different on you, I'm sure. And as I rock to the left, it kind of eyes that. Just keep breathing. Big full breath. And sit on up. Right hand stays B, belly pulls in. Left arm reaches around the tailbone and twists to the left. So again, honor where it is today. Recognizing each side's going to be different. I think it might even be just honoring where we are in this moment too, not even in this day. You know, through the course of the going to shift and change. Inhale as you breathe in, lift up. Exhale, twist. Come back to center as you inhale, left arm reach in a nice big juicy curl here with that spine. Kind of notice too as you play around with your arms and the position of your hands, that shifts and changes what you're feeling. Again, it should be through your shoulders, your back, your shoulder blades. So for me, sit to the right side. Keep breathing, big, big breaths. Right, next inhale, come on up. Circles nice and big with our shoulders, bringing our shoulders all the way up to our ears, and then just really bringing them down, almost like we're trying to touch our shoulder blades behind us. Inhaling as we lift up. Exhaling as we come down. And up. Own breath if it doesn't match mine and what I'm doing. And take 2 more. All right, awesome. That feels so good, right? Let's crawl on onto table, onto all. Okay, so we're gonna get our shoulders over elbows, over wrists, hips over. Okay, and let's just take some more of those cat and cow curls to get that spine going. So inhale, lift on up, open your throat. Exhale, curl. Nice and slow. The vertebrae. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, really pull your belly in towards your spine here. We have our bandhas. Our core locks, our energy locks. So that Uddiyana Bandha, that's in our core. Again, it's your own. A full set each direction. And then we'll meet spine. Good. All right, let's left leg, extend it behind you. You're going to come onto your toes. Not falling off here. Okay, and then just roll around your toes a little, and you're going to feel like your calf muscle, maybe your toes are cracking and like crinkling. You can roll on the tops of your toes. Like winter is here. It's like, oh, not really winter. It's just like 20, but. And then take that left leg, you're going to over to the right, keep that foot flexed and a curl of your spine over to the right. Gaze towards your big toe. Keep pressure into hands. And then notice that space that you're feeling on the left side of your ribs. And as you take a big breath in, feel that your ribs just opening, expanding. Three big breaths right here. We're going to just really take our time in all this today. Bring it on back into table. And we're going to bring our knees nice and wide, edges of our mat. Big toes come together and touch. And let's sink our hips on down towards our heels for child. Stretch your arms long. Maybe your pinkies even come off your mat. Open up those shoulders still. Head rests on the ground. And your hips keep sinking down towards your heels. Keep reaching and feel that spine just lengthen. Inhale, come on back into table. Stack those. Left leg comes on out behind us, right onto the toes. And then just kind of rolling around there, stretching your calf, going over your toes. Just wherever it is that you put the pressure on your toe mount, you have a different sensation. And then take that right leg, swing it across to the left. Again, foot is flexed and curl over to the left, gaze to the back, big toe. 3 big deep breaths, expanding in the ribs. Next inhale, come back to center. Let's bring our knees together. Our knees together, release your lower back. Hands still come forward, pinkies up, those shoulders open. Now take your arms and bring your arms down by your heels. Palms can spin up. Let your shoulders melt on down towards the back, the mat here. Inhale, bring your arms forward, lift your head on up. Ourselves on over to the right. And so again, that left side. An opening. Really relax your shoulders down so there's nothing to here. Inhale, lift on up, come back to center, over to the left, and then relax on in. Inhale back to center. Back to table. So we're going to bring our knees slightly wider. We're going to be doing thread the knees. So if you're familiar, set yourself up for what feels comfortable. Do it. Okay. So left hand presses into the mat. Right arm reaches, breath in. Exhale, right arm comes through that right shoulder. And your cheek can come onto the ground. Just maybe tent your fingers and roll into that right shoulder. Left arm reaches on up. And go ahead, you can make some super slow or super big circles with that left shoulder. Maybe even making circles with your wrists at the same time. And then maybe tucking behind you, creating a little bind. Back into that right shoulder. And then maybe you can like a little kickstand with your toes on the ground. Notice if that shoulder lifted up. And keep spinning open your shoulder, seeing if you can stack it over your right shoulder. So you're opening, open. Maybe you can even grab a hold with that left hand onto your right thigh. Bind if you're there. Your leg is out, bring it in. Untuck your bind, bring your left hand to the mat, press yourself on up, back. Take a child's pose in between. So your choice, either knees to get apart. So apart's going to release your hips. Together is your lower back. Just a brief one here. Come on. Table. Set yourself up. I'm going to thread a needle the other direction here. This down. Left arm reaches up. Inhale. Exhale underneath onto that left shoulder. If you need to adjust and move, go for it. So again, we're not ready to advance in the pose just yet. Just recognize what your side. Right arm comes on up. Nice circles with that right shoulder. Maybe your wrist. And then go ahead and create your bind. Tuck that arm behind you. Spin that shoulder on up to the ceiling. And relax into your same time. Kickstand that right leg if you feel to it, onto your toes. Maybe that helps you to spin open your chest a little bit more. Pinch your fingers towards that thigh. Big breath. Leg comes in. Bring your arm around. Press your right arm on into the ground. Lift yourself back to table. And then let's take one more child's pose here. Again, you can bring your arm behind you and drop your shoulders. Maybe see if you can reach your feet. Bring your hands around. Press yourself on up. So you're on, if your knees weren't together before, bring them together. We're going to come on up. If you have your blocks, grab a block. If you don't have a block, it's no deal. Okay, and we're going to curl our toes on under behind. Hands are going to press to our lower back. Keep dropping your shoulders down. And on your inhale, you're going to lift on. So camel is back bend, but it's going to be more of a lengthening. So some people can go back and double dance our arms, catch our heels. We're not going to focus so much on that. We're going to focus more on the of our spine, lifting on up and open our chest. So use your hands, really press your legs forward, keeping your shoulders down. Squeeze that block between your legs if you have. Notice what happens to your breath here. Inhale, lift on up. Good. We're going to clasp our hands behind us. If you need to toes, just clasp your hands, bring them down. Now lift on up. We're still using that block. We're not going anywhere. We're our shoulders down. Opening our chest. Release your shoulder, release your block. And do a couple standing ones. So, where you want to get yourself up. My head might be lopped off over here, but I don't need to see my head is fine. All right, step to the back of your mat. I'm going to step our right leg forward. I'm going to warrior. The back foot is between, if we're looking our clock ahead, our hips forward. So about 10 o'clock with the back foot. Right foot facing 12 o'clock square. So really press the back edge, that back foot into mat. Arms come up. Shoulders sink in. So work your front leg 90-degree angle. Keep sinking. Keep your hips square. We're going to bring our arms down. We're going to clasp our hands behind us, a little wobble. And we're going to shoulders just as we were earlier. Keep dropping them down. Maybe you need to adjust your feet. Open those shoulders. Inhale, bring your arms, sweep your arms all the way up, and then open on up to warrior two. So that back foot's going to spin parallel. Keep reaching your shoulders in opposite, your hands in opposite directions. Look down at your, and notice if your right knee's caving in, just give it a little nudge so you can see your big toe. Good. Keep pressing the back edge of the back. Gaze, your drishti is right over that front middle finger. And you're breathing. Flip your right palm up. I'm going to take your left hand and just and down the edge. We're going to come up for a proud warrior. Right arm is reaching up. Keep reaching on up to the ceiling, feeling that opening here. Body. Sink a little more into your legs. Shoulders draw away from your ears. Big breath. Inhale back to warrior two. Bring your arms. Triangle here. Do triangle. Going to keep reaching with our arms forward. Straighten that front leg. Keep hinging at your hips so you can't reach anymore. Drop your right arm down. Left. If you have a block and you want to take the block onto the outside of your foot, you can do that. Get a nice stretch right here on the inside of that right hand. Our shoulders are spinning on up to stack over one another. It goes on the ceiling. Then notice if your toes are like just really say lift up your toes and just keep breathing. Now using your core, we're going to slowly come back up. Spin that right. Both of our feet slightly toed. Hands to our hips. Exhale, fold on forward. Use it pulling your belly in, long spine. Your hands on down to the mat. hands, point them behind, kind of assist yourself to pull them over so you're stacking your hips or ankles kind of here. Lock your hands. Place your right hand in the center. Bring your left arm all the way on up. So we're keep drawing your tailbone back behind you. Inhale, twist a little deeper. Exhale, left hand comes down right where that right hand was. Keep that belly pulled in. Come on up to the ceiling. Again, notice if your toes are gripping the mat again. Big breath in, twist. Exhale, come back. And catch your hands to your hips, and then again, using that core strength, standing. All right, we can bring our feet together. Let's just a breath here. Close your eyes. Big breath in through your nose. Out. Let it go. All right, other side. So your mat. I'm going to do the opposite side. So left foot forward. Warrior one. So whatever you need to do to get yourself set up, hips are going to be forward. Okay. Back foot slices on in. Same cues. Drishti straight ahead. Bring your arms on down by your sides, clasp, open up your shoulders. Keep drawing them down. Inhale all the way up. Warrior two. Spin that back foot parallel. That's the trouble with mixing things up with different things. You got to remember what you did on one side. Warrior two. Again, check that front knee. Nudge it out. Unground. Left palm spins up, right arm just rests on, and we're gonna lift on up into proud warrior. Again, no pressure, back arm. We're just lifting and opening our left side body, reaching on up, sinking a little more into that right knee. Inhale or two, and slide on into triangle. Keep drawing that right hip back, that back hip as you reach forward, hinging, right. Drop that, grab that block if you need it. Keep spinning your shoulders, shoulder on top of shoulder, hip onto hip, just like we're between our two window panes of glass here. Pulling your shoulders away, the head reaching towards the wall. Inhale, using your core, back to warrior two. Drop your arms down, spin that left foot in. And so we're going to clasp our arms again. Drop our shoulders down. So maybe take a minute here. Inhale. Exhale, fold on over. So your hands may naturally, just let them pull away from you. Continue to pull them down, or maybe up now, away. Maybe rock towards the ball a little bit more. Inhale with your core, lift all the way on up to stand. All right. So bring our feet together, bring our hands to prayer. Deep breath in, breath out. Do Dancer, which is a shoulder opener. And if you have a wall away from the video and just find a clear wall, go for it. Because opening shoulders, so I got a little wall here. Don't you love when I do these things? You're like, Sam, what are you doing now? So I'm going to pretend the hands on the wall, just so you can see what I'm doing. Going to bring our right arm on up. Left arm, shoulder externally rotates. So so our thumb is facing outward. Bend your left knee. And then you're going to hinge at your hips. You have that wall. Right hand, you can press into the wall, kick back, and keep, I'm gonna go here, your hips square. So maybe that right up a little bit more, and you're opening up your shoulder even still. Flex that foot. Inhale, lift on up. All right, let's change sides. Left arm comes up. Our right arm externally rotates. So again, externally rotating, thumb out. Root your left foot down. Bend your right knee. Kick back, and however you gotta get it there. We're gonna hinge at our hip. Have that wall in front of you. Kick back, keep drawing your right so your hips are even. Notice that'll open up your shoulders when you square your hips. Right foot is flexed. And breathe. All right, bring it on down. Back to your mats. Disappeared. Okay, come back. All right, let's hit the deck. Do a couple of hip openers quickly, but briefly. So our soles of our feet are going to come together. Asana. Let your knees fall down to the ground, hips splay open. Shoulders, really emphasize those shoulders dropping down here. Extend your right leg, left foot right into the right thigh. Arms reach up, inhale. Hold right over that right leg. Soft bend in your knee, so don't lock out your knee joint. A little bit of our lower back here. Keep that right foot flexed. Just like I mentioned earlier, like you had that handle on your chest and somebody just pulling your handle forward down a nice long spine. So you may be up here and that's fine. Just long, keep drawing your shoulders down. Inhale, lift yourself up, sides. Kind of notice where your transitions to. Inhale, lift up, arms up. Exhale, fold. So we're nearing the ear, and just notice that, like, if you're getting a little antsy, you've got things to do. And just stay not much longer. Be with the sensations, be with your breath. Inhale, come on up. Both legs stretch long. Arms reach up. Inhale, as we exhale, fold right up, hinging at your hips. So what I like to do is lift up one sitting bone and the other here, kind of just shimmy back and forth, pulling your tailbone back. You'll find your lower back will just have this beautiful little release in that. Maybe. And the more you'd have access to reaching your feet. So then pull for a little bit more, again, of that lower back. And eventually that chest will fall towards your thighs. Maybe you'll be stand up. We're going to take reverse table. So we've all seen table before. So hands come, they're pointing outside here, side, and feet are hips width apart, just lifting on our hips. Maybe your head can fall back. Keep lifting feet on into the ground. Notice your shoulders, how open. Breathe in. Out. Breath in again. Exhale down. And I think we've done fish a couple of times too, another opener. So right on to, we're going to come sit on our hands. Ourselves down to our elbows. This may not look so graceful, however you get there. Toes. And then we're going to drop our head back slightly. Kind of just resting on our forearms. And tuck your head on in. Up. Kind of awkward, huh? Everybody's faces in person and they're all going, oh, Sam. We're getting there. All the way onto your back. Bring that right leg on in, hug it in. Right on in, maybe rolling in your hip socket. Then cross your body to the left, tee out your arms. Gaze over. Inhale, come back to center, maybe one more squeeze. Stretch your right leg long, arms overhead, full body stretch. In and hollows. Exhale. The left knee comes on, hugs on into your chest. Cross spinal twist to the left arm, tease out. Maybe gaze over to the left. Inhale, pull that belly center. Leg stretches long. One more full body stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Bring knees on in. Maybe a little rocking and rolling here. Massage back. You can cross your ankles, one hand on opposite knees. Maybe just massage that. Your knees on down, or your feet on down rather. We're going to have our knees collapse on in another. Our feet are wide on the outside edges of the mat. Spin up, arms down by your side, palms spin up. Take a deep exhale, let it out. Again, one more, release. Big breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, just let it go. In Shavasana, you could extend one leg and then the other. Just a brief Shavasana today. Scan your body. Notice what's open now, maybe that wasn't before. And then the other. Rocks and rolls. And falling on over to your right side in. Deep breath out. Using that left hand, yourself on up, seated position. Hands to prayer, heart center, eyes closed. Together, let's take one more big breath in. Exhale. Hands come to your forehead. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Together we'll bow and say, Namaste. Thank you. If you want to unmute yourselves if you're on Zoom.
Thanks, Sam.
Turn off our Facebook friends. Thank you.
Thank
Most of you
you.
on Facebook.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you,
Yay. Nice
Sam.
and